Alright YouTube, what's going on? Coming back at you with another knife overview. Today we're looking at the Liong Mah designed Warrior One. Designed by Liong Mah, actually produced by Reate knives out of China. And this is a based off his custom design, the Liong Mah, or the Warrior One, excuse me. So this is the production version of the custom Warrior One. It is made out of titanium with S35 VN steel on bearings. Pretty simple design, but very nice. So let's go and kind of talk about the specifications real quick. So your blade length is almost 3.5 inches. 3.37, I believe. Yeah, that's about right. 3.37 long blade. Overall length of 7.75 inches. And the close length is 4.37. So guys, you have almost a perfect, actually, I will call it this perfect blade to handle ratio. There is a lot of blade in that little handle. Now for me, I wear a size medium glove, and you can see it's pretty much perfect, not much hanging off down there at all. I mean, give you a left hand view so you can kind of see. Not much left, not much hanging off. So pretty much perfect size for me. Perfect EDC size. Let's go ahead and let's look at the weight real quick. I got my scale handy. .7 ounces, so it's not a particularly light knife for this size. It is pretty solid. I mean, it's got two big old slabs of titanium. Let's probably get a 1/2 inch thick. Let's see, yeah, just under a half inch thick. So it is a little bit thicker knife, and you have two solid slabs of titanium, so that's going to add to that weight. It still carries really nicely though. And this knife is on loan to me again from my buddy Curtis. I actually kind of talked him into this one. I wanted to take a look at it, but didn't have the funds, and he was kind of jonesing for something new. And he'd like this one, so I kind of pushed him over the edge a little bit. So great flipping action on this one. It is on ceramic bearings with a ceramic detent. So that is a nice upgrade there, nice feature. Again, S35 VN steel, your blade thickness, oh man, it's going to be .3 maybe. So it's pretty, it's not terribly thin blade stock. It's got that Quaken style blade design, so that's going to lead to good, it's .15 actually, thick. So, and it is just over a 1/2 inch, 0.15 on the blade stock, and then just over a 1/2 inch on the thickness of the knife. So it's a little thicker. It's got that nice Quaken style blade, S35 VN, nice stone washing on it. We've got a nice decorative, pretty simple pivot actually. I wouldn't call it decorative, pretty simple. One thing that's interesting and kind of find odd on this knife is this middle piece here. The Torx screw is actually, looks like it's bronzed. Maybe it's you know, heat anodized. I don't know, for a little extra touch there. I'm not sure why they did that, because it doesn't really flow with the knife in my opinion, but not a big deal. You could easily heat anodize the other screws and you'd have a nice matching set. So you have two basic standoffs here in the back. So it's a pretty simple design. Frame lock. Does have a steel lock bar insert. Lockup is nice on it. Got something in there. I'm carrying this in my pocket. Lockup's nice and early. I'm going to call it, geez, about 35% lockup. So nice early lockup. No stick on that at all. Super easy to disengage the lock. I do like that aspect of it quite a bit. Flips nicely. It's not crazy smooth, but it is smooth. You know, a little nano oil on that, and you're gonna have, it's gonna drop on itself. So out of the box smoothness is pretty good. Not the greatest, but it's really good. So this, then you have a titanium pocket clip. I really like this feature. The clip is nice. It's not too stiff. Even though it's titanium, it's actually pretty easy to get it on off your pocket, and it carries pretty deep too. So let's go ahead and talk about this knife price-wise. So this is a Liong Mah design, but it is produced by Reate knives out of China. Now most of their knives are higher-end production knives, in my opinion, but they are produced overseas, and they're typically around the $200 mark. Maybe some a little over 200, maybe 250 max. So when I heard this knife was going to be made by Reate, I figured, oh nice, that's going to come in right under. It's going to come in under 250. Full titanium, custom knife maker design. It's a good looking blade. I'm like, sweet. Then they announced the price at $350. Now, country of origin aside, $350 is a little steep for this one, based on the materials, I think. Even though, yeah, it is a titanium frame lock flipper with S35 VN steel. The fact that it's made in China for that much money is kind of blowing my mind a little bit. I'm wondering why. You know, and I know it is a limited production, so I'm guessing that's what's driving the price up. It does have the ceramic ball bearings and detent. That is a little bit nicer upgrade over just like a stainless steel ball bearing, but not $150 more. So that's the one thing I have. I don't want to say against this knife, but I have a hard time swallowing is the actual retail price. Now I've seen them sold for quite a bit less, like for $280, $275. I think was the lowest I've seen. In that price range, you're closer, I think, to where it should be. Again, that's just my opinion, but I think it is a little overpriced based on country origin, because I know the cost to produce this knife is much lower in China than it would be in the U.S. So, that being that, it is a quality knife. Not to take away from that, it is very well put together. One of the features I really like here, you'll see it here, is the blade stop is actually... You never even look at this. It's really a really cool design. So you don't see any blade stop. You don't see any stop pin. Nothing. That's because it's right. I'm trying not to flip this all the way open. You can spot it right there. And when it opens up, it disappears. It goes right into the knife, so you don't see it. That's one design element that I really like about this. I like the chamfering on the titanium. It's got really good ergonomics. Really comfortable knife. The clip is nice. It does create, I don't want to call it a hot spot, but you can feel it. You know, you can definitely, it's worse on my left hand than my right hand, and I am right-handed, so that's really not an issue. But I do like I said, the Quaken blade profile is really nice, and the stone washing is really great, and it came really sharp out of the box. The question is it worth the price tag? That is going to be totally subjective to the person. But for the sake of comparison, let's go ahead and look at a very similar knife. And when I say very similar, I mean you're going to be like, those are two different knives, because they look so close. Okay, so on the right is the Reate, the Warrior One, and on the left is the Zero Tolerance 808. Now, both titanium frame lock flippers, on bearings, S35 VN steel, both flip well, both have steel lock bar inserts. Regular clip on this one, I did add the deep carry, but you do have a titanium backspacer on this one, which is an upgrade from these standoffs, which I'm 90% sure aren't titanium. They could be just titanium standoffs, but regardless, very similar knives. Now look at the design. I'm telling you, you could easily tell if you didn't see the zero tolerance right here, you would have a hard time. Okay, let's say it closed, because the blade profile is obviously different. But look at that, pivot similar. You even have. Look how this comes up here. There's chamfering, that angle, scopes down, right here. Guys, that is so close. I mean, this is based on the Todd Rexford Cesium. This is Liong Mah's new design. So very similar. You can see he definitely took some cues from the Rexford design. It's pretty obvious looking at these two knives. Not saying he, stole his design or anything crazy like that. I'm just saying that they are very similar knives. I mean, almost identical in size. I do like the lock bar cutout better on the Warrior One than the ZT, but that's just a minor thing. So no lanyard hole on the Warrior One, and only tip up carry right hand. With the ZT, you do get your multi options and a lanyard hole. Now, price wise, this ZT runs $200 in the US. US made in Oregon by ZT. $350 made overseas by Reate. Quality, very similar. I'm not going to say the ZT is better quality than the Reate, it's not. But I'm also not going to claim that this is a better quality knife than the ZT either. So you got to decide, guys, if this is worth to you. That's going to be a personal decision. I'm not going to sit here and tell you there's no way this worth. In my opinion, I don't think this is worth the $350 price tag. Is it worth $250? Absolutely. Maybe even $300. That's a push, but better. But $350, you know, plus the shipping, I just think it's slightly kind of out there price-wise. So, you know, you make your own decision. You can buy a USA-made knife for $200, or you can buy, you know, a Liong Mah design if that's what you really want. You're going to pay for it. And that's okay. If you like it and you want to spend your money on it like my buddy did, you know, and I kind of talked him into it, because I was really interested in the knife. I love the design. I wanted to check it out. But that's been the hardest thing for me to swallow with this one, is the price tag versus, and how similar they are, you know. Let's pull out the ZT 450. Similar size knife, a little bit smaller, definitely lighter. Both the Rexford and the Sienkiewicz are lighter knives, but they're all titanium frame locks on bearings. Now, again, the Reate is a little bit higher quality bearing system, ceramic bearings and detent, but does that justify $150? Not for me. Maybe for you it does, but for me, no. So, that's my general opinion, guys. It's an excellent knife. It's a well-designed knife. It is well put together. Reate did a great job. They're doing a great job with all of their models. The Hills I reviewed was great. The Horizon models I'd like to get my hands on one of these days. But for the price, I don't know. That's where I, as a consumer and as a knife lover, have a hard time when I can get a high quality made, USA made blade for a lot less money. That's probably the route I'm going to go 99% of the time. So that's just my opinion. Not to take anything away, again, from this great knife. It is a high quality production piece, limited run, not a mid-tech. It is a high-end production knife. It kind of blurs the lines there. It's pretty close, but by definition, this wouldn't be considered a mid-tech knife. It'd be a high-end production knife. So that's where that price tag kind of gets me. Had it been a mid-tech, I could justify that $350. So, all right, guys. To wrap it up, the Liong Mah Warrior One is a great knife. It's made of high-quality materials. It's made well. It's got a great flipping action. I mean, you can light switch it. You can push button it. You know, whatever you want to do. It's got a great blade profile. It's a great size for EDC. I would totally carry and use this blade if I could get it for a little less money. And, you know, the secondary market's going to drop on them, and we'll see what happens. But that's just my opinion. It is a great knife. It is just a little not... The value isn't there for me. Let's put it that way. Let's not get caught up in price. Let's talk about value. The value isn't there for me. It may be for you, but it's not for me. So, great knife. It's been fun to have, been fun to play with, been fun to use. It's a great flipper, man. I could sit and flip this thing all night. And it doesn't stick, you know, it's nice. Good lock bar tension. Detent's about perfect. So they knocked it out of the park with this execution of his design. Absolutely. I just think it came to price a little more than it should have. So, alright guys, that's my first look at the Liong Mah Warrior One by Reate Knives. Here's another comparison shot with its very similar ZT knives. And I'll let you guys make your own assumptions there. It's definitely a great knife. If you do spend the money on it, it's not going to be like, oh, I just got ripped off. It's nothing like that. It's a good quality knife. So, take it for what it's worth. Have a great night. We'll see you on the next video.